You look at IG, their damage is very bursty in terms of profile, not really sustained damage unless Gala goes into the attack speed Varus route. He did this in a prior series. He full cleared his bot red side, and instead of going to the full clear top side, he's looking for an early gank on the bottom side of the map. Mako already burning the cleanse out of 1xN and Feather. Now Feather has to flash, and Jejet doesn't get a predictive, but he flashes forward, guarantees the kill for IG. Now bot lane is on the board.
Exactly what you want from JJ right here. The Jarvan, very similar to the Vi and the Xin Zhao in that you can gank so effectively early on.
The Shy being able to hit level 6 before Hoya, I think, was able to find a big, massive trade.
JJ?
And with the Sheen, this is something that we saw in another series. Take the first scrub and then immediately bull rush over to the Dragon, not necessarily to start it up for yourself, but just to put some pressure on the enemy team and deny them tempo of being able to complete it for themselves. Shy's got to be careful. It is fighting a 1v2, not just Yorick, but the Maiden as well, but able to keep himself sustained thanks to that Primal Surge.
Yeah, Maiden just does also so much healing, so much drain damage too. JJ, like you said, is going to be able to pick himself up the first grub, grab the Drake, and now wandering his way back up towards the top side of the map to go try and scrap for this next set of grubs.
And redeploying back on the map a little late. They've just conceded the other 2 grubs over to ThunderTalk, but at least it's not 6 grubs again like it was in Game 2. But this does set up IG if they want to play for dragon stacking instead of contesting the second rotation of grubs at the same time as the second dragon coming up. Hard to play.
Yeah, it's the much harder path to doing the same thing that we... Oh, hang on, Gala just going to get jumped right here. Takes a huge chunk of damage. Fourth shot.
Oh, good flash. Mako going to stall it, but now he has to block the curtain call as well. Crash down away. Maybe Mako falls, and he was just out of the curtain call range. Mako believed that he would not cost his 80 carry's life by flashing out of the way of the last bullet.
Up a set of grubs for himself. 4 grubs to 2. Looks like it's going to be the trade right now. Good play out of ThunderTalk, really using the long-range engage that you can get out of the Sejuani effectively to make that play almost work. They're going to be annoyed they weren't able to actually grab the kills, though.
Yeah. And hang on. Mako still has a crash down. Should be fine. Gets out over the pit wall. Beichuan not able to stop him from escaping. IG do have a critical mass breakpoint.
Yes.
I want you to elaborate more on that.
Exactly. It's going to be at that 2-item breakpoint right here, coming up pretty soon. Actually, hang on. Rookie's getting massively chased here. He has lots of friends in the area. Mako can go in. JJ can potentially make this into a dive as well. And just without Maiden, this is just going to be so bad.
Mako looks for the Q, doesn't land the stun, but the Magnastorm does connect, and everything else is pretty much easy for IG to follow up on that one. Maiden falls.
It's one of those funny situations where, you know, Silas steals your ulti and does more damage with it than you can. Just Tower's melting right here. We've actually had first tower go down. Once JJ is able to pick himself up,
this has by far been the least violent game of the series. I think both teams are a little more locked in on the win conditions that they're striving for.
Completed a couple of components towards the second. IT getting to the point where they're strong. They're going for this.
That goes wide from Rookie, but the Cataclysm is massive. EQ right onto the backline from JJ. 1xN is in trouble. They blink out Mako, but Zatab is forced to flash away from an incoming piercing arrow. Hoya joins the fight with the TP, but now he's in trouble. The flash is not going to save you this time around. IG explode at 19 minutes.
Up for IG, a second one in their back pocket. 4 of the grubs. This early game really has been JJ favored right here.
We were waiting, Bloxer. All this tension for the first 18 minutes of the game. Once the flash is burned, that is the easiest Cataclysm setup every single time. As Beichuan now tries to find a way to punish Gala, but Jet just steps up, absorbs a deadly flourish in the setup for ThunderTalk. No way to follow up on Gala. Now Beichuan is the one caught out. No flash. This poor rider is going down. And IG continue to steamroll through the game. The Shy Gonna manage himself against Hoya. Was down 50% HP, but now there's a chance to collapse on the Yorick. You already have Mako running towards the bottom lane, and Hoya has no flash, praying that the Maiden will bail him out. But the stun from Mako sets up the Shy. Doesn't land the spear, but the ignite from Mako is taking him down. No sustain's gonna come in from that shovel. The Shy puts Yorick into the dirt. IG continuing to accelerate the game.
Yeah, they're going to be pushing through the mid lane right here as well. Not quite going to be able to take this tower down. Some low health bars, but there's no real response available here out of ThunderTalk. They were able to pick themselves up that game in game number 2. They were able to put themselves in a good spot for a few minutes in this one, but unfortunately, in that big previous team fight that we had, no one on ThunderTalk is going to step up, right? Right, Rafa? That would be dumb.
Hoya TP'd in. No one's going to get in. Beichuan tries to look at it, but it's secured. And I don't think ThunderTalk can even get in and take a couple of roses for themselves. They might as well make a bouquet for their incoming funeral, because the rest of ThunderTalk have been exposed, pulled in by the hopes of maybe stealing an objective away from IG. But 1xN forced to flash, cannot escape the Cougar and Demacian Prince of IG. They have the Otacon withdrawals, so they can play as hard as they want to, force as many kills as they can get, and this game is pretty much over.
Disaster here for ThunderTalk.
And now the jungle quadrant doesn't even really belong to ThunderTalk anymore, unless they bring more friends to the party. I don't know who got the blue buff, but I don't think it really matters. IG have done what they wanted. They lured ThunderTalk back into the forest, and here comes the Cougar once again. The rest of IG sinking their fangs into ThunderTalk members one by one. The Shy gonna look for another spear, doesn't quite find it. It's a triple kill for Gala, and the rest of IG continuing to put
series. I'm gonna need this one right here just to be able to crack open the base with 4 grubs available to them as well. The base, the Nexus, is going to be the next target available, and it's just been such a rough game, unfortunately, right here. ThunderTalk not even able to get themselves what would be feats of warfare.
They believe in the same call together. The problem is, being down this much gold, it doesn't matter how good the call is, unless if IG are playing super, super, super poorly, or someone is terribly out of position, none of these fights are winning.
It's going to take a throw right here for ThunderTalk to be able to get back into this game. The inhibitor towers are going to begin to fall. We've got these Baron empowered cannon minions just beginning to bear down onto the base. ThunderTalk, you're going to have to try for one more fight. We know they like to do that. Don't know that it's going to work out.
Shy playing with his food right now in the faces of multiple members of ThunderTalk, while the rest of IG are barreling through the bottom lane. Now 2 inhibitors completely exposed and destroyed in one swift sequence by IG. And they're going to use the power of this Baron minion to start knocking on the Nexus towers. Curtain call opened up by 1xN. Tries to find a window here. The Glacial Prison thrown out by Rookie as he engages onto Feather, forcing him to flash. Beichuan now thinking about trying to step up and look for a counterplay, but Rookie sustains off with the Kingslayer. And the rest of IG going to step on back. The flash forward bullet from 1xN does find Rookie. Creates a 5-on-4. And now IG are going to have to respect their time has come to an end in the base of ThunderTalk.
Esports. Now, there's still going to be some questions about them. They just need to clean this one out nicely. Close it out exactly as this game should have been a little while ago. ThunderTalk, here's another last stand. It's going to take so many of them.
The third inhibitor is for the taking. Curtain call stops, or at least delays IG from doing that for now. Attention is turned on to the Nexus tower. Glacial Prison clips the Shy's Nidalee, forced to flash away. Does not want to drop a death here. Can always recall and look for a TP back. Hoya under fire, flashing away from Jeja's flag and drag. Deadly Flourish thrown out, not finding anything. There's the Cataclysm right on the 2 members that do not have flash. Satab actually still has it, but pops the Chaos Storm, finally flashing backwards. Mako catching him in the Magnus Storm, but ThunderTalk holding their own, standing their ground. Wait a minute, but the Shy puts away Beichuan, and you have to imagine this should be the end of the game. Hoya chasing Gala to the ends of the earth, but then takes an arrow to the face. 1xN and Satab still holding the day, and look forward to your next series, but now it's another couple minutes, maybe 4 to 5, depending on
game out. 4 items now completed. 1xN actually was just able to grab the eye edge. He does some insane damage if he's able to just sit and do what he needs to. Right now, these respawned inhibitors are going to take massive threat. Only 1 Nexus tower available. This is really surely it, right?
The Shy occupying the attention of 2 on the top side, pushing in through the Baron minions.
Wait, is the Shy caught?
The Shy
No.
getting chunked out.
He's fine.
At half HP. Uh-oh. Big engage. Down goes Hoya. Cataclysm right onto 1xN. He flashes away. Feather will fall. H1 is next. 1xN jumped up by Rookie.
He's dead.
Finally, the chain lash connects. And IG will put an end to this series. 2-1. IG are victorious against ThunderTalk.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.